Welcome to Vintage Story. This is a tutorial on the very basic cooking that you can set up early in the game to enhance your nutrition. So let me show you what's in my inventory. What will you need to set this up? You will need a fireplace, you will need some fuel, you will need clay, and you will need some basic ingredients. You don't need all these, by the way. I'm just showing you what you might make food out of. Let's start with fuel. You can use anything from sticks upwards. I am using peat because I've run out of sticks. You will need a clay pot, fired of course, and a fired bowl. Now, one of the most common mistakes people make is that they think that the crock is the cooking implement. It's not. These two right hand slots, the crocks, are for storage. You will need to make a bowl, and you need to make this one the clay pot. So a bowl and a clay pot is all you need to start with. Right, I'm not going to force you to watch me make the clay molds. That's number one. Number two tip is you could just pick these up by right clicking them. Come here. Let's do it this hard way. Right. Clay pot. Put it on your fire before you light the fire. And the reason that this, I think, is important is it gives you time to sort out what you're doing. If you've got a lit fire, everything starts to happen. Now, I have a rice grain. If I put one rice in, nothing happens. There's no message at the top. 2 rice, there you are. It will create 1 serving of rice porridge. So when you see a message at the top, it's okay to cook it. You can enhance this. You have to have the first 2 slots filled. You can enhance your food by adding other ingredients. If you have a piece of fruit, you immediately get rice porridge with mashed cranberries, and a vegetable, you will get mashed cranberries and turnip. Don't worry about whether it's revolting or not. The cookery is not set up to provide you with fantastically attractive tasting meals. It's set up to do what you need nutritionally. So this will give you a grain, a fruit, and a vegetable. So what you can do is up to 6 servings at a time. So if we go up to 6 there, 6 there, 6 there, and 6 there. All right, you've still got the message, so it's still working. Now, you have to have the same number of ingredients in each slot. If you take out one of the cranberries, the message disappears. You haven't got the same number. It has to be the same number of ingredients in each slot, and that's actually where most people get confused. So you've sorted it out, you've got as much mixture as you can in here, you've got every bit of food you've got in there, and you want to cook it. All right, put your fuel in. You don't need that much. Light your fire. Once the pot is cooking, I think this is one of the most attractive graphics in the whole game. You have the fire, you have the flames, you have the smoke. Yeah, I need a chimney. And look at the pot. You've got the lid of the pot bubbling up and down. It looks absolutely wonderful. And if you click on it, you can see that it's starting to cook. I've put 6 servings in, so it will take quite a bit to cook it. It's not a problem. And we just have to wait for that to cook. Right guys, it's cooked. Let's take our crock out, our cookery pot out. There we go. Now you've got a pot of cooked food. It can just go on the ground, guys. I'm going to put it, I'll put it on the ground because you're more likely to have this than a table. And you can see you've got the beautiful graphics here. They are absolutely gorgeous. The rice is white. The turnips, I think we put in, yeah, are the purple, and the cranberries are the red. Now all you do to eat, you take your bowl, you right click on your cookery pot, then you right click on it and you eat it. And you can see that hasn't filled me up. I've still got half a serving left. I have a massive amount. Now you can pick this bowl up, just left click on it, and you can take it with you. You can go traveling with it, just put it on the ground, and when your bowl is empty, you can take your full bowl. When your bowl's empty, just dip in, take another meal. I'm going to put it on the table. Now, if you have actually got to the stage where you've got a crock buried in the ground, you can increase the time you can keep these. That's 21 days, that's 23 days. So now you've got nutritious meals saved in a pot. And again, this storage vessel is really easy. You can make that out of clay, and you don't have to have it in a cellar like this. You can just bury it in the ground with a piece of earth over it, just as good as a cellar. So that gives you storage and it gives you food. You have to wait for this to go cold. Now, why was I thinking about the nutrition? Well, if you look at your stats on nutrition, it's better to eat fruit, vegetable and grain. I tend to eat a lot of vegetable, and protein obviously would be the meat, but soybeans also count as protein. So if you make a mixed meal, it will keep you even. It doesn't matter at the moment, but it's going to further on in the game. Okay, guys? So that was a very quick tutorial on basic cooking, but the places where people mostly go wrong is not having the same number of ingredients in each slot when they try to cook. So my tip of don't light the fire till you've sorted out your meal will probably help you more than anything else. That's only very basic cooking. It has so much more to it once you get onto different mixed meals, and also once you get onto food storage, but this was only to get you started. Bye bye, guys.